Hi everybody, it's Hunter
And Joe
from Two Old Men at Heart, and we had a pretty leisurely day today, even though we were at a new island to us.
Yes.
And but we didn't have an excursion planned. So today we were in St. Kitts, which you would probably also usually hear it as St. Kitts and Nevis, because there are two islands you can see here on the thing. I don't know how well you can see it, but you can see they're right next to each other, and this is a British territory, part of the British Virgin Islands.
Yes.
We didn't have an excursion plan, so we did
We wandered ashore and just kind of strolled through the port area and just a little bit of downtown Basseterre, and that was about it. We didn't do a whole lot. We kind of had a long conversation with one of the few vendors in their little...
Yes, so he told us that they've had cruise ships in port 10 days straight.
Yes.
And the vendors were tired.
Yes, because they were
ready to...
He was one of maybe two vendors in that stretch
Yeah.
of their building.
But we did get our magnet. Here's our magnet. See, it has a cruise ship on it, because that's how we got there. So that was our magnet for today.
Yes, we didn't have an excursion. We didn't have anything specific we were looking for.
To pair it with. So
Yes.
that's what we did. And so we got our magnet, and we talked to a local for a while who was selling the magnet.
Yes.
And then we came back to the ship, really.
Yes.
And we spent most of our day on board today. So that was really today. Now, what was really exciting about today is this evening for dinner, we had one of the specialty dining restaurants, which was included as part of our Have It All package. You get two. You get to choose.
Dinings.
Yes.
Well, you get Pinnacle Grill and Tamarind. That's
and Canaletto.
The Have It All includes Pinnacle and Tamarind. It doesn't include Canaletto. I'm sure you could substitute. It's cheaper, but it is pretty specific. It says you get these two.
Oh, I thought that you could choose that one too.
No, and I don't know why. It's the cheapest of the three. I don't know why they would let you. But
anyway, tonight we went to Tamarind. We had never been to Tamarind before, and so we...
Tamarind is their Asian-themed restaurant.
Yes. And so we got some foods that we had never had before on board a Holland America Line cruise. And let me tell you, it was worth it tonight, I think.
Yes, we questioned whether Pinnacle was worth it, but I think Tamarind is definitely worth it.
Especially if you like Asian-style food.
Yes, I mean...
True Asian. Not American, not a General Tso's chicken, not a sesame chicken, not a beef and broccoli. True, actual Asian-style food.
Yes.
And so it was very good tonight, and I had... My starter was a sampler. So you had these kebabs, I guess.
Skewers.
Yes. And there was, what was it, lamb and chicken, pork, beef, and shrimp. And it came with a peanut sauce. And all of those, now they were tiny portions, but all of those were very tasty, very well seasoned and marinated.
Yes, they were.
And the peanut sauce was pretty good too.
Yes, and I had a Chinese 5-spice ribs, which were good. And then we moved on to, I had a Penang chicken curry dish, which was very spicy. She asked the lady. They brought out a set of chips, rice crackers, and sauces, and one of them was spicy. She said it was spicy. It wasn't particularly, and she asked if I minded spice. I said no, spice is fine. And then so she asked if I wanted the curry to be spicy, and I said, oh sure, that your spicy sauce for the rice chips wasn't all that spicy, so I can do some spicy curry. It was a spicy curry. I ate
your nose run.
Yes, my nose was running by the end of it. It was quite spicy. I went through a couple glasses of water, but it was very good.
So I had a wonderful crispy duck. It was a crispy duck with a ginger chili glaze, and it came with drunken udon noodles and grilled scallions and bean sprouts. And that duck was really, really tasty.
Yeah.
It was very good.
It was nice and crispy.
Yes, the skin, the fat was rendered very well, so it was nice and crispy and had really great flavor to it. And that was really good. And those both came with side dishes. So
Yes.
as if
those weren't enough,
yes,
they came
that
with
wasn't
sides.
enough. They came with side dishes. So I got the Asian eggplant with spicy coconut, and that was full of flavor.
Yes, it was.
Very flavorful, and it was very good. And you got the
Crab fried rice.
crab fried rice, which was not fried in crab. There was some.
No,
crab
it
meat
was
put on
basically
top.
fried rice with a couple strips of crab laid on top. So kind of just regular fried rice with a tiny little bit of crab.
And those were good.
And that was fine. I mean,
And-
it was fried rice. It really wasn't anything special, but I mean, it's probably the
It was
least.
tasty.
It was tasty, but it was probably the least exciting part of everything we had. But of course, I don't like fried rice, so.
Oh, I thought it was pretty good. And then for dessert, I got the mango posé, which had a coconut macaroon in the middle, and then this passion fruit jelly around the side, and this mango sorbet on top. And that mango sorbet had all of the flavor of mango in it. It had some fresh mango in that passion fruit jelly on the bottom, and then it also had a little rice
paper.
What did you have for dessert?
I had the exotic fruits, and they gave me.
What were all of the fruits? Do you remember what they were?
All of the fruits. There was.
'Cause it's not
there was
listed
no,
on
it's
the-
not. There was mango, and there was dragon fruit, and there was star fruit, and there was pear.
Probably
and then-
an Asian pear.
Yes, and then it had a mandarin sorbet.
And you don't really care for orange.
No, I don't
And
care
that
for
sorbet
orange.
packed the orange,
Orange.
flavor,
Oh
just
yes,
like
I
my
took
mango
it. Yes,
sorbet
I took a
packed the
bite. And I went,
mango.
oh no, I think I'll pass on that. And I enjoyed the fruit. The fruit was all very good.
So that was the really exciting part of our day. We really did enjoy Tamarind, and we really enjoyed the food that we had there, and the service was wonderful.
Yes.
And so what we found out, though, with Tamarind is you should have a reservation for a table if you're planning to eat off the that menu.
Yes, the
all of
Tamarind
the items
menu.
that we told you about, plus many more items. You should have a reservation for that, but you can walk in because that is also where the sushi bar is, and they'll make it for you right in front of you. You can watch them make it.
Yes.
And you can walk in and get that, and that's a la carte. That is not included. That you cannot get that included with your have it
Tamarind,
all.
no.
You cannot get that included with your have it all. You can't, like, that is a la carte. You have to pay for that. But you can walk in and you can enjoy
Fresh sushi,
excuse me.
made to order, made in front of you.
And it's not just sushi. It's sushi, and she showed us the whole menu.
Yes.
And I did not take a picture of it, so I'm going to try and pull it up here so I can tell you what the other items are. But it's because it's not just sushi. So you have starters, including tofu and wakame miso soup, spicy edamame, vegetable tempura, tuna poke, hamachi scallop, and salmon ceviche. She very much recommended getting that.
Yes.
Our server. So those are some of the starter items, and then you have the sushi rolls, and then you have the sushi and sashimi. You have the classic rolls, and then you have a number of main items here too, which look like
Szechuan shrimp
Yeah.
and a beef tenderloin. Just kind of the coconut curry or the
you
chicken
had,
curry that I had with at Tamarind.
and some dan dan noodles, and then probably the same desserts that we were offered. Yes. So if you wanted sushi, you could get it whenever Tamarind is open. You can walk in and they'll make it fresh for you.
Yes.
And it's right there. So that's something new that we learned today.
Yes.
And what else I learned today, because this actually, Tamarind was a section of the ship I had never been to before, even though we've been on this ship before, and we've been on a number of Holland America Line ships with a Tamarind restaurant. And so it's on the very, very top of deck 11
In the midship.
in the midship. You have to go to the midship to get there. You can't get there from the forward or the aft.
No, you have to take
go.
which is why we've never been. We've been to the forward section to see the crow's nest. We've been, at least by checking the ship out, to the sports court on the back of 11, but we've never gone up in the middle to see Tamarind.
And let me tell you, if you're there when it's light outside, the views must be spectacular. We were there and it was dark outside. The other side of Tamarind is on this side. On the other side is the Tamarind Bar. So a hot tip for you, if you are on a Holland America Line ship and you have Tamarind Restaurant on there and there's a Tamarind Bar, it's a quiet, if you're looking for a quiet bar, go to the Tamarind Bar. It's open to anyone. Anyone can walk in. I think people don't know about it.
Yes, well, it's out of the way, so it's not somewhere that you just walk by and say, "Oh, look, there's a bar."
Yes, you can. I'm assuming, I did not ask them. You can get anything you could get
At the other bars.
Any other bars on the ship. But in addition to that, they have some things that you can only get at that bar, including sake. And quite a few options for sake. And some of them, at least one of them, was hand-picked by Iron Chef, right? Morimoto, who is very famous if you watch the Food Network. He's been on there.
And he's one of Holland America's head chefs that curates their menu.
Yes.
All of their menu.
In particular, the seafood dishes.
Yes.
The fish dishes. And actually, tomorrow night there's a special Morimoto planned meal.
Yes, by the sea. They're
if you
closing Tamarind, and it's going to be Morimoto by the sea as a pop-up restaurant.
And that costs extra, of course, and that is not included in your have it all.
No.
So, but that was our day today. So now it's time to go to bed. It's almost 10 o'clock.
Yes.
We did miss the show tonight. I'm very sad about that
Yes.
because of the time of our reservation. It was right in the middle of, we weren't able to go to the 7:30 show, and we weren't done before the 9 o'clock show started. So that was disappointing.
Yes.
But so that was our day. We need to go to bed because we have an early morning tomorrow morning. Tomorrow we're going to be in the U.S. Virgin Islands at St. Thomas, Charlotte Amalie. And we do have an excursion tomorrow morning. We're going to tell you about that tomorrow because it's been something I've been looking forward to for several weeks now.
Yes.
So we will tell you all about that tomorrow. So be sure to hit the bell notification. You get the bell button so you get a notification every time we post a new video. So that way you know when that video is out. Be sure to like and comment, subscribe, all of those fun things. And we will see you tomorrow. Bye.